Got it. Blood on the sword is a match to Rick Shimada. Probably broke during the attack, then the killer used the microphone cord to finish the job.
No. It gets put under lock and key right after the fight. There's no way that katana killed anyone.
Hank, can you explain to us why we found Shimada's blood on your katana?
What? No, that's not possible! I'm telling you, Tina locked that thing up in the prop closet right after the fight. I know that room was locked when I left, and I don't have the key!
What aren't you telling us?
Damn it! This ain't right! It ain't! I'm a good fighter! I don't deserve this!
The only way we can help you, Hank, is if you talk to us. You have to talk to us.
It's all a fix, alright? The whole thing, every single one of my fights. Just like wrestling. Horace would pay the refs to make sure I came out on top. That's why I was so surprised when Shimada kicked me out tonight. Oh, I really should have seen it coming, though. Yeah. Shimada was old school, you know? And this was his first fight with me. He wasn't about to take a bribe, not even from Horace and his buddies.
So if Shimada exposed the truth, that would be the end of your career, right? You weren't gonna let that happen.
Look, did I want to end the guy? You bet your ass I did. But for the first time in my life, I decided to take Horace's advice to me. And I walked away, okay? I figured Shimada was gonna do whatever he was gonna do. It was out of my hands. I went back to my locker, made a call to a buddy of mine doing time in Maui. You don't believe me? You're welcome to check my damn cell phone.
If the call was made to a correctional facility, I should be able to get a tape of the conversation. But you still could have called him from the arena.
Yeah, no way, man. You can never get a signal in that damn arena. Check it out for yourself.
All right, Mr. Hackett, wait here. It should be a simple matter to check the phone reception in the arena, and if your story checks out, you'll be in good shape.
Well, get ready to come crawling back, 'cause I'm innocent.
Let's check Hackett's story about the cell phone reception before we go. Look at the phone. Does he get any bars in here? Let's check Hackett's story about the cell phone reception before we go. Look at the phone. Does he get any bars in here? Hackett was right. There isn't any reception in here at all. Let's check in with Brass. See if he has those phone records.
What do you need? Yeah, the prison emailed me their recording of the call. I gave it a listen, and it was definitely Hackett on the phone. Wouldn't shut up, actually.
Well, we checked the phone reception at the arena, and there's no way he could have made that call from the ring. I guess that means we're gonna have to let Hank go. Would you care to do the honors?
That's it?
That's it. For the moment.
What do you mean, for the moment? You said if I told you the truth, you'd help me out. What the hell does for the moment mean, huh?
Settle down, Mr. Hackett.
Don't you dare treat me like I'm a child, you hear me? Hey, and don't you dare eyeball me like that! I will not hesitate!
Mr. Hackett, I strongly suggest that you choose your next few words very carefully. Whether or not you walk out that door a free man depends on it.
Hey guys, did you hear we had to let our primary suspect walk?
Hackett? Didn't his katana have the victim's blood on it?
It did, but he couldn't have been in the ring at the time of the murder.
Did someone else have access to the katana?
The ring girl locked the katana in the prop room after the fight, but her DNA didn't match the hair found on the murder weapon.
Who has the key to the prop room?
Apparently, the league owner has the only one, and according to Hackett, he was fixing fights, but our dead ref wasn't cooperating.
If the referee was killed to keep him quiet, then we better warn Hackett. He could be in danger as well.
Too late now. Hank Hackett is dead. None. Dispatch received an anonymous tip. Looks like steroids. Can't say I'm surprised the way he stormed out of the interrogation room.
Might be a suicide, might not. If not, then someone's committing murders faster than we can solve them.
Better get moving then.
Weird how that syringe is just hanging there like that. I'll arrange for Dr. Robbins to have the body picked up.
Hell yeah, I mind. This is America. I don't have to pee in a cup for anyone who asks.
Some saliva would be more than fine.
I won't spit in a cup either. Hell, I won't do anything in a cup. He said what? Now, normally I'd vouch for Hank, but I gotta think he was trying to save his own skin, spinning lies like that. Yeah, it's just a damn shame. I still can't believe it. Okay, let me know if I can help.
I can't say for sure, but what I can say is this. You see how pale the skin surrounding the needle is? His heart had already stopped pumping blood. This syringe was injected post-mortem. However, I did find a couple of wounds which suggest earlier injections. Cardiac arrest, brought on by toxic exposure to dimethoxymethane, probably injected. I've only run a preliminary tox screen, but I'm sure the full tox panel will bear out the results.
Killed by dimethoxymethane? That's the same stuff used to wipe down his katana. There's got to be a connection.
Nope, I found no defensive wounds. I placed the syringe on the tray there, if you'd like to take a closer look.
We're racking up murder weapons at an alarming rate. Dimethoxymethane. That's the metal cleaner that was found in Hackett's system, all right. Dimethoxymethane. Something tells me that's not vitamin B12. Seventeen hydroxyprogesterone. Looks like our man Hackett was on the juice.
Hey,
If we can figure out who touched anything in the locker room, we're golden. Print's probably Hackett's, but we'll put it in APHIS and see if we get lucky. So Willingham had his hands on Hackett's vials. Oh, Horace, how could you?
what do you need? I'll see what I can do. Show me the evidence.
Willingham may be giving his fighters a little too much help. We need to learn more about his operation.
Okay, you got it, but remember, this is not a fishing expedition. The search warrant's very specific. You're looking for items that will directly link Willingham to one or both of the murders.
Fellas, how's it going? What can I do for you?
We have a warrant to search these premises.
A warrant? Is that right? Jeez, it's really coming down to this now, isn't it?
Mr. Willingham, your fingerprints were found on a vial of steroids at the scene of Hank Hackett's murder.
You'll excuse me while I go talk to my lawyer.
A leather desk. Classy. Wow, I'd say there's about $5,000 here. With a note that reads, "Thanks but no thanks, initials RS." Oh, looks like Rick Shimada might have wanted to refuse a gratuity. Ah, the glory days.
Yeah? Show me what you got.
What's in this exactly? I'm not sure, but hey, that's why they invented the lab.
Hi, we haven't met yet. I'm Riley Adams. I know I'm making a heck of a first impression here, but I'm stumped. I have the strangest chemical sample, a spot of brown sludge from the floor of our crime scene. I can't figure out what it is. Maybe you can take a look. Crude oil, seawater, seagull guano, and chewing tobacco. Nick did say one of our suspects had been a longshoreman. Thanks, you've been a huge help. Oh, and nice to meet you.
The very same metal cleaner that was used earlier. This is not gonna look good on Willingham's permanent record.
Hey, I'm gonna need to see some evidence before I go to a judge. All right, let's see what Mr. Willingham has to say for himself now. Well, Horace, care to explain why you have the same metal cleaner used
You
to
know
kill...
what? Save your breath. I'm ready to talk. So here it is. After the fight, I overheard Hank arguing with Rick, and then Rick said he'd go to the press, tell everybody about how it was all a fake, how it was all one big ripoff. Truth was, I was juicing that night too. You believe it? Old habits dying hard and all that. Suppose it was the roid rage that got the better of me. After Hank left, I grabbed that sword and snuck down into the ring. I didn't cut him. I just beat him to hell with it. But the stupid thing broke in two, so I grabbed the microphone cord and strangled him with it. And then Hank gets blamed for the whole thing. I knew he couldn't keep his damn mouth shut, so I did what I had to do. I tell you, it was pretty easy, too. Hank hated needles, so I was the one who usually gave him his medicine. I filled his syringe with that metal cleaner, and then gave Hank his last injection. I deeply believe I have a moral obligation to fulfill here. A moral obligation to the truth. And to certain people, the League. I don't want to hurt them any longer. It was me, and me alone. I take full responsibility. I, Horace Willingham, killed them both.
All right, Brass got us Willingham's DNA when he confessed, so let's take a look here. I knew it! Willingham's DNA doesn't match the hair at the crime scene. I had a feeling that confession was too easy. There must be someone else involved.
I'll tell Brass not to take Willingham away just yet. His briefcase was already checked in as evidence, so take a look inside and see if you can find anything.
Hey, check this out. Supreme Force Fighting's request for a $50,000 loan to expand into a women's league was just turned down. Oh, and look at the co-signer on the loan, Tina Allens. Funny, she never mentioned she was a part owner. It's a bet for $10,000 on Hackett to lose last night's fight. He was a heavy favorite, so this slip is worth 50 grand. Except the bet wasn't made by Willingham. It was made by Tina Allens. Now, why would she trust him with this? And how'd she know Hackett would lose?
What do you need? Willingham already confessed. You guys find something new? Tina. You can't bet on fighters in your own league. This is enough to bring her in, but we still have to find out if she's involved with the killings.
Ms. Allens, as you may know, Horace Willingham confessed to the murders of Rick Shimada and Hank Hackett. But we have reason to believe that you may know more about this than you're letting on.
I know exactly as much as I'm letting on. Namely, nothing at all. If he confessed, then he must have done it. Sure, I put the props away every night, but no one ever got murdered before. Besides, by the time Shimada was killed, the prop closet was locked, and I had no way to get in there. What? I look good in a bikini, so I can't possibly own a business? I know just as much about the League as anyone, if not more. Why shouldn't I be a co-owner? That's right. About time, too. A woman can do anything a man can do.
Anything?
Look, this is Vegas. If you call someone in for questioning every time they make a bet, then I can understand why we've got so many unsolved murders in this city.
All right, and what were you planning to do with your winnings? Start that women's league?
What if I was? Everybody's gotta lose someday.
Hackett sure lost today, all right.
Look, there's a reason they call it gambling. I just made a lucky guess. He did. I hate to see Horace go to prison, but this mess is his own fault. No, I never came near Shimada or Hackett. No, I never came near Shimada or Hackett. I just made a lucky guess.
I picked up Miss Allen's personal effects when we booked her.
Some odd kind of prescription medication. No label, but it does have an ID number. We could look this up in the medical database, but we'd need a warrant to access her medical records first. I wonder what this could be a key for. Nothing there. Those are keys to the same lock.
What does that possibly have to do with anything? Mind your own business. He did. I hate to see Horace go to prison, but this mess is his own fault. No, I never came near Shimada or Hackett. The prop closet was locked. All right, yes, I had my own copy of the key. I am a co-owner after all. But just because I had a key doesn't mean I used it. Fine.
I'll bring him right up to interrogation.
You got me. I already confessed to double homicide. That not enough for you? Look, why are you harassing me? I did it. I said I did it. What do you want from me?
Did you confess to protect someone?
I'm looking at life in prison, or worse. You honestly think I'm that nice? Our relationship is none of your concern. You leave Tina out of this. Okay.
What is that? Prednisolone, an immunosuppressant. Why would she need that? Well, we could always ask her.
I'll bring her in.
That's just something I take for my acne. What do you care?
Acne, huh? I don't think prednisolone is used for that. Lucky for us, we've got a doctor in the morgue who can tell us whether you're lying.
Prednisolone? No, that would be a very bad idea. Whoever told you that is either very misinformed themselves or willfully misinforming you.
I think Brass will want to hear this. He loves it when people willfully misinform.
Always a pleasure. Let me know how it all turns out.
Yeah? What in her medical history has any bearing on this case? She was lying about this. What else is she lying about? Go ahead and look up those medical records.
Let's see here. Apparently, Tina had an artificially high androgen level, which caused severe premature hair loss. The prednisolone was prescribed as an immunosuppressant for an experimental hair transplant procedure. But get this, they couldn't find a suitable spot on her scalp to get the hair follicles, so they transplanted follicles from another person entirely. Which means the DNA in her hair doesn't match the rest of her DNA. We've been comparing the hair at the crime scene to the wrong DNA all along.
I already gave you a DNA sample.
Yes, but it's not your DNA we want. Finally, it was Tina all along. Let's give her the good news.
No, I never came near Shimada or Hackett.
You were at the scene of both crimes. William copped to it. But it was you who overheard Shimada say he was going to the press. You who grabbed the katana and attacked him with it. And you who strangled him with the microphone cord when the katana broke. And then it was you who injected Hackett with a toxic chemical to keep him quiet. All because you wanted that woman's leak no matter what the cost. Of course we have Willingham's confession. He'll probably just get life in prison, but then again, he might get his own lethal injection.
He did all that for you. You're not just business partners. He must really love you. Are you gonna let him fall on his sword like that?
You were pulling the strings the whole time, weren't you? I bet you even coached Willingham on his confession.
Are you really that good?
It was me and me alone. I take full responsibility. I, Tina Allens, killed them both.
Hey, great working with you on this case. Can you believe it? 2 murders, 2 confessions, 1 killer. I could say they'll get easier, but I'd be lying.
Good job, you two. Case closed with minimal overtime. Just the way the taxpayers like it. Now go home and get some rest. You've earned it.